many of you may have been following the whole kind of issue around Digital India Brand Ambassador. I'm one of the 4 brand ambassadors that have been appointed. I got this appointment in July, and the mandate for all the brands promote and support the Digital India campaign through social media, through events, trying to think of ways in which I can actually take forward the Digital India initiative. And I got this idea of writing this book series called Stretch Your Technology. Because if you look at India, the sales of smartphones is going through the roof. But how many people have apps other than, say, WhatsApp, Facebook, and maybe Twitter and Instagram on their phone? So I personally believe that technology can drastically improve the digital, can drastically improve the lives of people. And through this book series, I'm trying to actually educate the masses in India, the average internet user in India, on how to actually fully utilize the full potential of technology. Because there are hundreds and thousands of apps out there. There are various websites available that most people don't even know about. To quickly give you an example, in one of the books, I have talked about how to send an email in the future. So most people send emails in the present. You type the email, you click send, and the email gets sent. But imagine the following scenario, that a lot of times you're busy with something else, or maybe you want to go to sleep, but you want to tell your boss that you're still working. You can actually type an email, choose a date and time in the future, and click send. And the email will not get sent right now, but at that date and time in the future, the email will automatically get sent. Another example, a lot of people are actually worried that their partner or spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend are cheating on them. So I get a lot of emails from people saying that, how do I track where my spouse or partner or boyfriend or girlfriend is? So there is a way to actually install an application on somebody else's phone and see exactly where they are based on the GPS location of the phone, and also find out who they are chatting with, what photos they are taking, and so on. Now, there is a negative use of this app. There is a positive use as well. The negative use, I think all of you already know, right? You could actually misuse it to spy upon somebody else. But the positive use is that a lot of parents are worried about the safety and the security of their children. So imagine that you have a daughter who's traveling back from work or from college, and for some reason you're not able to get in touch with her. You're worried about her safety. All you need to do is open this app, and you can see exactly where your daughter is. In case of an emergency, the app can be configured by your daughter to actually send an SOS SMS and an email with the last known location to 3-4 trusted people. Another example is, there are a lot of privacy issues in today's internet. Everybody uses Facebook, Twitter, various social media. Just a couple of days ago, Edward Snowden made a statement that American spies are able to hack into any smartphone by just sending an SMS or something like that. So we live in an age where our privacy is at risk, our privacy is at threat. So there is a chapter in one of these books which is how to be anonymous on the internet, so that the government cannot spy on you. Because people nowadays want to protect and safeguard their activities on the internet, and whatever they post on the internet, they want to make sure everything is done securely. Another example is, there's an app that I've described called, the name of the app is Red Phone. It allows you to make secure internet phone calls. So if you're worried that somebody is listening to your phone calls or intercepting your messages, then it is possible to actually stretch the limits of technology and get productivity, which is how to actually use technology to improve your productivity. Say for example, a lot of children or a lot of people end up wasting time on the internet. So how not to waste time on the internet is covered in this particular book. The second book that is getting released today is Protect. That is all the security questions that people might have. For example, how to disappear from the internet. So maybe you have a Facebook profile, maybe you have a blog, and now you don't want to have a digital identity anymore. So how to disappear from the internet as well is described here. And finally, the third book in this series is called Email. So essentially, this book contains tips on how to stretch the limits of email. Other than the example that I gave you earlier of sending an email in the future, more examples include, how to make your inbox clutter free, or how to actually, make sure that you're not getting spam emails, or how to send encrypted emails on the internet. So all the commonly asked questions of the average internet user are answered in this book series. I think if Indians use the full potential of technology, only then India can truly be digital. Only then can actually Indians and India as a country really kind of unleash the full potential of technology and its people that live in the country. So that's the whole idea behind the book series. Currently, we're releasing these books only in English, but in the next couple of months, we'll have regional language release as well. So we're starting with Hindi, and then we'll go into more vernacular languages, because of course, we don't want only people living in tier 1 towns to benefit from technology. Nowadays, the penetration of smartphones has gone beyond tier 1. So we want to make sure that it's accessible to all kinds of audiences. And these books have been published by Westland, which is a Tata Group publisher. And I have actually recently signed a 7-book deal with Westland. And these 3 are the first 3 books out of those 7 books. The next book is going to come out next year, which is going to be my first fiction novel, which will obviously have a big hacking element and big technology element to it. But essentially, I have written around 15, 16 books on technology, but never written a fiction novel. And the next step for me would be to foray into fiction. So that's all I wanted to kind of quickly share with you today. So the exact list of languages is not currently available with me, but we have confirmed Hindi release. It's already been translated, and we're going to release it soon. And after that, what happens is we talk to regional kind of publishers, and based on the demand, we decide which ones to translate it. So each book is 150 rupees. And nowadays, as you know, most of online websites gives you good discount. So it's very accessible. Imagine you actually can buy this online for 100 rupees. So imagine like for 100 rupees, you get around 40, 50 apps that you can install. It's very easy to read. It's very, if you notice, a lot of screenshots. It's very accessible. You don't have to be a technical person to benefit from these books. In fact, for the first time, after writing 15 books, for the first time, these books are actually being read by my own mother. So my mother has never read any of my books, but for the first time, she thinks, okay, this is simple, and this is useful enough for her to actually download something on a Android phone and start playing with the apps.